Are you brave enough to compete?
Master! We'll never make it!
Greetings, everyone. Natlanese guy here. Simulanka was right. We have a nation to save called Natlan. We have different tribes and races. We also have a villain playing their role lethally right. The characters needed to save the nation of Natlan, as foreshadowed by Simulanka, are finally reporting for duty, ready to save Natlan. This would be a good time to request you to subscribe to my channel, so please subscribe. You'll find my content fun, puzzling, and crazy at the same time, but it will be worth your while. Okay, back to the video. You are asking, who's reporting for duty? Hasn't Natlan been saved already? No, it hasn't. Natlan is safe enough to continue living in, but it has not been completely saved. The Abyss has only been pushed back to the far reaches of the Night Kingdom, thanks to her use of the Divine Throne. Given enough time, however, the Abyss will show up again to teach everyone the meaning of life. But the characters needed to save Natlan were Mava-Ika's 6 heroes, right? Wrong again. Well, partly correct and partly wrong. The Fantastic Six did their part as per the Archon's 500-year plan and showed the Abyss monsters hell. And now their parts are finished, or at least their parts as main characters. They will now move over to being secondary characters, but still reasonably necessary to the plot. Anyway, do you see the problem here? First, the villain is still alive in the Night Kingdom. Second, the owner of this plan of heroes was Mava-Ika. I'll expound on this in a part 2 video following this one, where I'll talk about the 3 goddesses of Simulanka and how they foreshadowed Natlan's 3 gods. You'll have to hang in there till then, or, subscribe so you get to know when the next video is posted. Third, Mava-Ika was the one that dealt the final blow. We are relating what happened in Natlan to what happened in Simulanka to see how Simulanka foreshadowed Natlan. Simulanka's fate system was even said to be mirroring Teyvat's fate system, meaning Simulanka was reflecting real Teyvat events from itself, past, present, and future. This is why every theory video about Natlan is referencing Simulanka to a significant extent. Simulanka's plot required salvation brought by the active efforts of the Forest Fairy, the king of Constellation Metropole, and the hero of Simulanka. The Traveler was present, of course, since the Traveler is the audience. So, who were these roles foreshadowing? Do you remember these roles? Surely we didn't forget about these roles in our excitement for the blazing Big Hero 6, did we? You already know them and have seen them in action, the main characters of Natlan's story, most of them, actually. Do you know who's playing a role similar to the king of Constellation Metropole? The Pyro Archon, Mava-Ika. Correct. She's the leader of the Natlanes who runs the capital, collects information, and commissions her soldiers to fight the wicked villain, just like the king of Constellation Metropole, Navia. It is just as I had assessed in my previous video. Her mandate, according to the voice she heard, was to save her city. So the king's role is easy to identify. No need to delve deeper, right? She's supposed to die according to the rules of the ruler of death. But this, let's not talk about this here. That's for another upcoming video. How about the other roles? Do you know who's playing Simulanka's equivalent role of the hero in Natlan? Well, yes, you could say the big six: Walani, Kinich, Shilanen, Ian-san, Ororon, and Charskar. But as I explained before, they only showed up to suppress the Abyss and hit the Abyss extra hard. Enough for Maviika to step in with a final blow that will see the Abyss leave Natlan's Night Kingdom for good. Who is the one guy, the hero that helps people in crisis, the one that doesn't seek praises or fame, the one who hides his might in the shadows and reveals it only to his foes, the one hero that has a dream, a burning desire, a hidden longing, and a hero that has been on a long journey, about to experience the most epic transformation and fight the most epic, unprecedented battle of all ages. The one that the Abyss will say,
"Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary."
Say hello to the bravest one, the glorious one, the man of mystery, the stuff of legends, feared by the stars and the Abyss alike. The one hailed as commander. The one revered as number one. The first of the 11 Fatui Harbingers. And he is known as the Captain. It's Il Capitano. The man. The GOAT. Yeah. The feeling is mutual. I know you love him. We all love him. Who doesn't love him? Okay, I'll shush. Let me focus on what I wanted to say. Where was I? Oh, the Captain. Righteousness and truth. The man. The myth. The legend. Il Capitano. Right? Let's stop there. Yes, the answer is the Captain. His heroic acts are well known in Natlan by now. We, the Natlanese, owe it to Aizu, who showed him hospitality and fought against the Abyss with him. Aizu knew better than anyone to not judge a book by its cover and a man by his looks. The hero and the king finally found that they are fighting for the same course and joined hands in order to get married. No, to get rid of the Abyss from the surface of Natlan. That's what I said, to get the Abyss out of Natlan for good. People hear their own things sometimes. They won't get, ahem. So, Capitano is the hero, foreshadowed by Hat Guy, of all people. I called it my previous video, posted by the end of patch 5.0 and at the beginning of the 5.1 patch, mentions all this in anticipation. Well, though it has not been totally proven true, the ending dialogue between Capitano and the Lord of the Night gives this argument supporting evidence. Our guy is heading to the Night Kingdom to find the final foe. I saved this part for last. You'll find out why in a moment. You'll be so mind blown by this that you'll want to hit the like button by the end of this video. Okay, at least promise me you will. Yo, I just found out that I had long forgotten about one character who was present in Simulanka's main plot. I forgot about Karara, the cat burglar, the Nekomata-in-boots. Oh boy, how can I just forget things? So, it seems throughout the Simulanka event, Karara was feared by the inhabitants of the forest as a potential predator. It took time and dialogue for her to be accepted and be befriended by the forest animals. Karara explored a lot and only joined us in the evil dragon's lair just in time to save us, the traveler that is. I will not discuss anything much beyond that, just highlighting some observations. And now, the grand question, who was Karara in her role as the cat burglar, the Nekomata-in-boots, foreshadowing in Natlan? Well, can you guess who she foreshadows? It took me some time to come up with an answer. Do you want to know what I think? Here's what I think. Do you see the way Karara always behaves just like a cat, and is even a special cat-like species known as a Nekomata? So I thought, Shilanen. She too is a cat-like person, an ocelot type of person. She was relaxing on a tree branch too, like an ocelot would, in the ignition teaser, a name forged in flames. Do you see the connection? Karara saved the traveler in Simulanka. Maybe it was to foreshadow Shilinen saving the traveler through giving them their ancient name just in the nick of time, at a point of death, or something like that. But it makes sense, doesn't it? However, we have a problem. Two problems, actually. Kirara was playing the role of a cat burglar in Simulanka. And in Simulanka, she was feared by the forest dwellers due to her nature as a predator. This should remind us that Nekomata are known to be powerful and evil. Also, Kirara's role as a Nekomata-in-boots is likely a reference to the tale. Puss-in-Boots, a European fairy tale about an anthropomorphic cat who uses trickery and deceit to gain power, wealth, and the hand in marriage of a princess for his penniless and lowborn master. With all that in mind, does Shilinen fit the bill? I agree with you that Kirara has never been shown to be evil, except for her one cute little joke in Simulanka about the forest animals probably tasting like her box. So evil stuff aside, Shilinen may be a predator-themed person, but is she being feared by any Saurians? I'm assuming the forest animals were foreshadowing Saurians. There is one thing Saurians fear. You should have noticed it if you tried naming your little one Shirkoatol or Nuvalet. Saurians fear dragons of higher status, like dragon kings, for example, or any dragons more powerful and bigger than they are. This changed my response. I no longer think that it was Shilinen being foreshadowed, but someone else, an unrevealed character. A character who could have a certain superior-inferior relationship with Saurians. A character who could be a special species, superior to both Saurians and human beings. Perhaps this character could be related to the ancient elemental dragons of Teyvat. Could be a dragonkin or dragonborn or something. Something like a dragon in human disguise. A character perhaps yet to be revealed in the story. You know, I've been squinting at the descriptions of Auroron's friend, Aoife, and I'm just wondering. It's bizarre how much Aoife has been talked about yet has not shown up in game. Only a photo. He's a vet. He works with Saurians and can make them obey him. Don't you think it's suspicious? Anyway, be that as it may, Genshin Impact writers could just as easily introduce someone else into this foreshadowed role. I have so longed for the debut of the reincarnated Dragon Sovereign of Fire, but the story isn't giving us anything in that area. Not even a sliver of hope. Anyway, I've been yapping for too long now. Where was I? Okay, the last important role. Here we go. So, do you know who's playing an equivalent role of Simulanka's Forest Fairy in Natlan? The Angel? Yohuel Tekutin? Or the Wyabs? Any other guesses? Well, no. Perhaps a little yes at first, then later on a big no. If you watch my previous video on Simulanka, you know I compared the Forest Fairy's role to that of the Wyabs. Both the Forest Fairy and the Wyab assign names to new characters, this involving the power of words, which makes the characters come alive in the world. Both roles also protect people and keep their memories intact, whereby in the Forest Fairy's case, Magic Tonic did the work, but in the Wyab's case, it's the connection to the Night Kingdom. Furthermore, Nilla's life was always about song and dance. She was also the host dreamer of samsara cycles in Sumeru via the Akasha system. So, before I connected Nilou with the Wyab, according to these examples. That was before the identity of the Lord of the Night was revealed. I know one content creator who theorized that it would be Simulanka, and I had another crazier theory that I didn't get to post soon enough. This Lord of the Night was a she, and was in fact an angel, a race now commonly known by adventurers as Seelies. So, surely not Lonnie. Surely you mean the Lord of the Night. Surely you mean this angel, right? Yohuel Tekutin was the one being foreshadowed by Simulanka's Forest Fairy, right? This angel is the only one capable of reconstructing Natlan's ley lines. She had been sleeping for so long, and being woken up agitated other souls, the sound of lament. Surely it's her, right? Right? Okay, yes. Yes, and also no. Those examples I provided prove her foreshadowing among other aspects that I may not have been mentioned. Just like Simulanka's hero foreshadowed the 6 heroes in a sense. And Simulanka was all about heroism even in the side quests. I promise you, the follow-up video to this one, Part 2, will talk about our caring lore-dropping angel, among other things. Suffice it to say that Yohal Kutin does have a major role foreshadowed by Simulanka, just not this one. Just as I have made a case for the king of Constellation Metropole to be foreshadowing the Pyro Archon, Mabaika, so am I making a case that the Forest Fairy Nilu is foreshadowing another character, a physical, active, well-known character who is all about song and maybe dance, or maybe not dance. One who may have a background or connection to dreams, a character that has angelic themes in her design and story. Who might that be? Any ideas? Which character comes to mind when it comes to singing and music? Guess. Who? Barbara the Deaconess? Yunjin the opera singer? Ayaka the noble lady? Which character references angels in her design? Maybe Nilla herself? Probably not. Which character is that mysterious and angelic and admired by others from afar? Who might that be? What do you think? Take a guess. Which character is capable of joining the king of Natlan and the hero of Natlan to combat the villain? Which character is somehow as powerful as the king and the hero enough to have them acknowledge this character? Which character ranks so high that others can only wonder? Are Lekhi someone? Come on, guess. There's no rush. Which character is that worthy? Did you guess? Come on, guess. I'll even give you a hint. Turn up the volume and listen. Ready? 1, 2, go.
We are gathered here today to remember our dear comrade. In honor of her sacrifice, all work should halt for half a day.